When China takes us over, will they let us choose our own Chinese, names? Like we had them choose, like when we had them choose their own white names, If so, I'll be Buddy Chan.
Sensational.
Sing your heart out.
Get mad! Feel bad!
Be happy.
You have the right to remain silent.
Shut up!
Anything you say will be used against you. Against you. Against you. Against you.
That's the true reality.
Does India have books? I just can't picture an Indian reading. Imagine rather than books, they have jars of different colored beans. And rather than reading stories, they played math games with the beans. That's how I picture it. How many Chinese and Indians have to be in your country before you can start making fun of them? What's the rule? If anyone from the government is listening, please comment below. I really want to know. I want to know what percentage of them does there have to be before it's okay for me to give them, the same respect I give my white brothers and sisters, which is none. What do you mean, just giving people respect? Yeah, but they deserve it. What the, Or is the rule I'm only allowed to make fun of white people? I honestly just want to know. I wasn't born with a rule book in hand. Someone needs to set me straight because I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? I just figured when there's as many of them as us, well, it's all fair game and everyone could just be made fun of at the same fucking pace. Anyways, we've got a hilarious show for you today. It's Monday, March 3rd, and the sun is shining. And the snow is glistening. Slap my knee. There's literally 5 feet of snow outside. Yannick and I have gotten stuck in the driveway, trying to leave a dozen times. On our way to get milk and eggs. And the effort it takes to just get the car moving on flat ground is like fucking D-Day. Is that Normandy? Is that the same thing? They don't build cars to be pushed anymore either, you know what I mean? Like these new fucking cars, you know what I mean? It's like I'd be yelling, I'm like, give her some gas, and whenever Yannick would push down on the gas and I'd begin pushing, you push the gas down on this car, this luxury vehicle, and as soon as you push it down, it does this weird squiggly line thing on the little screen here, and you can no longer push down on the gas. You know what I mean? Jason gets you. You know what I mean? Because you can't fucking speed away. Because if you're slightly stuck, the car just shows you 3 squiggly lines and goes, the T-Rex has got you. Must go faster. Sorry, I can't. Imagine booing a little girl singing the American national anthem. That's beautiful. You know, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it's like one of the best songs ever. You know, and it's beautiful. And then sorry to burst your bubble, but now imagine a bunch of pigs with red face paint booing the little girl. You know what I mean? Imagine the pigs at home watching, snickering, enjoying the little girl being booed. Now, imagine the next day at work, as they gawk about it to the other pigs they work with. Still a bit of red fucking paint on their face. I was there, oink. It was such an amazing show of force. We got them, you know what I mean? That's what they say at work the next day. Booing one little girl. Okay. We showed those Americans who's boss. Those pigs who booed the little girl singing are sore losers. And the pigs who became orgasmic when the Canadians won the hockey game, and gloated as if they themselves were the ones who won the hockey game, they're sore winners, right? And one of the main rules of battle is respect your enemy, And the only thing worse than a sore loser...
A sore winner.
When I die, there won't be money to give me a proper burial. So the city will have me cremated, and my ashes will be sent where all the unknown soldiers' remains are kept. The dump. That's where you can come visit me after I'm gone. Have a little chat. Just my son at the dump talking to a seagull. I don't know, Dad. Should I ask Susie to the prom? Or whatever people talk to the dad about at fucking graveyards usually. And the dump attendant with 3 teeth will look over at my son and go, "That boy touched in the head." So when you die, there's 2 options: buried or dancing in the wind. Dancing in the wind, sounds more romantic, but being burned to a crisp doesn't. Imagine you're at the ocean, and you go to throw your mother's ashes into the Atlantic, and as you throw her, a big gust of wind comes and fucking blows her in your face. Nothing could be more fucking romantic than your mom and your own fucking teeth. Or better yet, imagine every person who's cremated goes straight to fucking hell. No matter what they did in life, St. Peter, he figures there must be something wrong with them if they were hated so much that they were burnt after they died. Imagine one of those guys who we'll just start that right over again, you know what I mean? I'm one of those guys who wants to die in a gunfight, I don't want to die because of something frustrating, like choking on an ice cube. just slowly fading away on the kitchen floor. Fucking melt. I saw something in my dream last night. I can't talk about it. Because I can't remember. We should be using a lot more taxpayers' money to find out what happens when we dream. You know, it's not nothing. You know, it's not like just sitting there eating a fucking sandwich. You know what I mean? That's not what we're doing when we're fucking sleeping. It's a giant sandwich chasing you down the street, you know, down a street lined with roofless houses, and suddenly you're in your Aunt Marie's living room and talking to this guy you met when you were homeless, but it's not actually her living room. You know, I want to know where people go 8 hours a day, right? Probably doing crimes. Eating unhealthy foods and, slacking off. we could be finding the hell out of them. And using that money to build libraries. As soon as I die, cover me quickly. You know, don't be looking at my fucking husk. You know? What the hell's wrong with you? What do you have, a taste for the faces of the dead? Cover it up, you know. Put a tea towel on it. God damn! Go look at someone living, you fucking freaks. I never understood that, you know. Open casket. Oh god damn! I don't want to be seen either. Just like, it's like, don't worry. They put your face in place with fucking glue or, you know, with crazy ass chemicals. They make you look basically the same. I don't want that either. You know what I mean? I would rather, when I die, I go like this. I love you, and then I'm just vanish. You know what I mean? That's how people. That's how we should die. You know what I mean? And when I get to heaven, I'll talk to God about it. I'll say, listen. You know, all I'm asking is when folks die, this happens. If I was Superman, first thing I would do is get a giant diamond, you know, and put it in my pocket. 10 times the size of the diamond in Blood Diamond. You know, then I get all the money and all the bitches. And then I would laugh. Superman. I'd be basically retarded. Why the hell would I learn to read and write? I can lift the bus with one finger. You know, and I wouldn't be called Superman either. I'd be called Dr. Man, you know? Dr. Man, gynecologist. Why, you ask? Why gynecologist? Because Superman loves pussy. You know, and then when they try to arrest me for impersonating a gynecologist, well, I say, I'm not going with you. You're coming with me. And then I'd fly them into fucking space. You know, and I'd deal with Lex Luthor real quick. You know, straight to fucking space, right? Pop. And I'd also be political. You know what I mean? I'd kill all politicians. You know, with my fucking laser vision. You know, and I'd just rule as the fucking king. Right? I'd no longer be Dr. Man. I'd be King Man. First act as king, all peds to the moon. Second act, tell all the atheists, I am your God. And third act, I don't know, win all the gold medals. You know, just a big fucking retard with 20 gold fucking medals. And a jewel fucking crown, you know. putting an end to fucking world hunger. I am number one man. Sometimes I say jokes that are so fucking hardcore that I swear I hear the Iceman in hell go, touche. Some of the things I do, Charles Manson would love. Like if Charles Manson was my guardian angel, you know, he'd say, fucking fix that crew up, bro. You know, I'd be crafting a song or an idea, and he'd be there looking over my shoulder, like, wow, why didn't I think of that, baby? You know what I mean? And it's funny, I was actually thinking about this. It's funny that I'm actually a better songwriter than Charles Manson. It's a funny thing to think of, you know. I'm a better lyricist. You know what I mean? I don't know if people know that, but he actually was a singer-songwriter, but a musician, but it's not that great. It's like chav, jav, rav, tav, vav, lav, da, bav, fav, in the side, the dive, rav. You know what I mean? It's the worst music you've almost ever heard. And I'm sure even on acid, you wouldn't be like, now it's kicking in. Like if you listen to the Beatles on acid, you're actually like, whoa, it's like it actually trips you out a little bit. But I'm sure if you listen to Charles Manson's music on acid, you go, God damn, this was a crazy fella. So I was thinking it's funny that I'm a better songwriter, you know, than Charles Manson. Sure, he's better at raping and killing. But I bet, you know, he didn't mean to be known as a guy who gives acid to 6-year-olds. You know, he wanted to be a songwriter. And it's just funny because I'm better. And most people can't say that. Most people have to say, Charles Manson was a better songwriter than me. You know, that goddamn devil. Me, on the other hand, I don't have to. I don't have to live with that kind of shame. What the? That was nothing. Don't you hate people who lie about seeing a ghost? You know, like every person who ever claimed to see one. If ghosts existed, they would be doing hardcore pranks. You know, like pulling a guy's pants down, and like pulling a guy's pants and underwear down, while he gives a speech on the subject of stopping flashers. I almost couldn't say that. It was like a fucking tongue twister. If ghosts existed, they'd be doing hardcore pranks, like pulling a guy's pants and underwear down while he gave a speech on the subject of stopping flashers. And then you just see tears of blood.
Where do we see blood tears?
I don't know. In my fucking dreams. Speaking of blood tears, imagine a bunch of vampires just sucking your blood with straws. You know? Just a straw in the temple. Hey, maybe you should vote correctly. Vote for, the majority's best interest, you know. Don't vote for lap dances. As a liberal, it's time we normalize eating at the homeless shelter. Okay? You know, because if more middle-class whites showed up and started complaining, it would be spruced up in no time. You know, sure, the homeless won't be allowed inside. As a liberal, I have to say, maid is an option. Sure, I voted for universal basic income, but heck, these dirty conservatives won't stop filibustering. So for now, put all the problems I told you yesterday to focus on aside. I don't know, and how about rather than be homeless, get a job? You know? And when they fire you for being homeless, sue them. You know what I mean? And use that money to buy a bunch of crack. and a big tent, right? And start a circus of homeless guys. You know, homeless guy clowns who, rather than make balloon animals, they ask for spare change. You know, rather than a lion, just a homeless guy roaring and tearing up his homeless guy shirt, which isn't too hard because it's all worn out from wearing it for years, you know? You know, and the Flying Bum Brothers doing flips and aerial somersaults perfectly. Hobo pipes gripped tightly between their teeth. What's the deal with black lipstick? Yeah. What do you suck coal? Imagine that. Imagine, I've seen it a few times in life, you know what I mean? That's a crazy thing to see. Or even like a face tattoo, you can make it make sense. You're like, they're hard looking. You know what I mean? You see a guy with a face tattoo or any kind of face tattoo, you're like, if I could have skins that I would maybe change out, you know, I might have one with that on it. And I could see I'd go into a certain situation and it's like, die, baby. And people are like, oh gosh darn, I can get behind that on some level. But looking like you suck coal? What the? So there you are in hell. You know, and just when you think it couldn't get any worse, the devil starts speaking French. Turns out, hell's worse than you could ever have imagined. A lot of folks have got a good sense of humor, you know, meaning they see humor in situations for whatever reason. And then there are a lot of people who have a bad sense of humor, you know, meaning they don't laugh when a fat person slips and falls. A good sense of humor is still finding a way to have a good time when things don't go as planned. A bad sense of humor is getting upset the moment plans change. Laughing, you know, at appropriate moments is not having a good sense of humor.
Read it out loud.
I read it. I wrote too much on the more good. What the, you bitch ass mother. You know? Me personally, I try to appeal to folks with good senses of humor. You know? And people with bad senses of humor, you cocksucking rat fucks can, you know, fuck your mothers up the ass. You know, keep watching sports, you know, and listening to true crime serial killer biographies as you fucking daze off, you know? They say the hips don't lie, you know? But some of these trannies sure can dance. Oh gosh darn. Paying for AI sounds like slavery. The devil loves hope. Yeah? Hey, fuck hope. Just fucking do it. Yeah. Hope is a kind of wish. You know what I mean? A child wishes he had a pony. An adult lives the dream and acquires a horse. I'd make a good undercover cop. You know, there I'd be undercover, you know, with a stringy mullet and an earring, you know, and I'd be super high on heroin. That's how they would fall for it. You know what I mean? I'd be so high they would think, no way, he's a cop. Guy's a junkie. But what they wouldn't know is, one, I was a cop, and two, I wasn't on heroin. I was a guy with diabetes who ate a bunch of chocolate cake. You know, and I'd have insulin strapped to my ankle, ready to be injected. You know what I mean? And wake me from my diabetic slump. And all I have to do to fulfill my vision is eat like a fat fucking pig until I become one. Oh, fuck. I don't know how drugs feel anymore. Yeah, that's how long I've been clean. You know, I bet if I did any kind of line, I would just perish. You know, even if I take a few sips of beer to this day, I just burst out in tears. So if I did fucking coke, slap my knee, my soul would leave my body. You know, just looking down. Why is he still dancing? First thing I would do, if I could go back in time, stop emo from ever existing. You know, then learn a bunch of winning lottery numbers, right? And everyone's always talking about going back in time. You know, no one's ever talking about coming back from time. If you go through a portal, you're done. You know, your bones are in the graveyard now. You better have a time-traveling suit, you know, or staff. Or vehicle, or otherwise, you're not coming back. It's a one-way trip. In Romania, they have a school for witches, you know, and all I have to say is witches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You know, dies instantly of a curse. Witches have definitely cursed me before, you know, but it never works as planned because I roll with the punches. Got you, you fucking witch. God damn it, we covered him with spots. Yeah, now I'm the spotted man. Don't you just hate people who get hurt in front of you? How about go bump your head around the corner? Come back when you're healed. I'm trying not to laugh, you know? All these goddamn office workers will have my head. For a while, I shared a TikTok account with a Palestinian lady. You know, she didn't hack into my account, nor did I hack into hers. She just got my old phone number. So when she used it to sign up for TikTok, it signed into my account. and she just changed all the pictures and kept using it. You know, I'd sign in and change them back. No harm, no foul. You know what I mean? And this went on this way for a while, back and forth, until eventually I just let her have it. You know what I mean? You know, what do I need a fucking TikTok for anyways? Hey, they say white people can't share. Well, maybe you're right, but I just let them have it. You're right, maybe I can't share. But if someone asks me for a hit of my smoke, I usually say, you can just have it. A guy asked me, you know, how to make his voice gritty. And I told him, scream into the void. So I don't know if anyone knows this, but I am a scientist as a liberal. I did a social experiment, you know. I spent a year trying to be a musician, right? And what I discovered is, oh god darn, that shit's fucking depressing. Like, even if you're a rich kid who has a fallback plan, it's still depressing, you know? If you're just a guy who works, in a store, it's catatonic. I don't know if I said that right. I feel like I said catatonic. It's catatonic. I keep burping. You know, if you're just a guy who works in a store, it's catatonic. You know, like doing these videos, I have fun. You know, and I have fun writing them, and making the clips is depressing. But I'm always churning. You know what I mean? I write about 30 pages for each hour. As a songwriter, you're lucky if you write 30 pages a year. You know, and looking back at the musicians I followed in the year-long social experiment, even the ones who have tons of views, you know, looking back on them, they look fucking depressed. As they pretend to be downtrodden, heartbroken poets. You know? But they are just old women. Hoping and wishing for a miracle. Here's my Ryan Reynolds impersonation. My wife might be a bitch, but she's no liar. As a guy named Mohammed, I have to say, bang! That was two quick ones. Out the gates. Should have been kablammy. That'd be, as a guy named Mo, kablammy. as a guy named Mo who hates their mothers. Kablammy! I used to look at people on Facebook with disgust. I would see them spilling their guts and shudder. Oh. But I've changed my tune on the subject, you know? I now see them as children, you know what I mean? Indian children, attempting to peddle me emotional trinkets. Where is Manitoba? Is it in Iqaluit? Or is it near Alaska? Is Manitoba in Antarctica? You know, has Manitoba ever seen the light of day? I feel like Sweden is closer. I mean, you might say, what was the point of that? I'm just trying to put fucking Manitoba on the map. I'd like to go, you know what I mean? I like to go to places that I feel are far away. I feel like Manitoba is where the movie James and the Giant Peach took place. You know, like, where is that? Is that in another Matrix? You know what I mean? Is Manitoba in another version of Canada? Oh, god darn. What a shame, you know? Who was Hitler's best friend? And why didn't he tell him? You know, I feel like World War II was as much Hitler's friend's fault, you know, as Hitler's. Look, if I was Hitler's friend, I would say, hey, you know, hey, why not, I don't know, cool your jets. I'd say, is this really the hill you want to die on? I'd say, look, I know it really seems like a good idea now. But I'm telling you, if you go through with this, kids will be dressing up like you for Halloween. And then being sent home. That's how much people will hate you. You know, they'll hate you more than vampires, werewolves, and mummies combined. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Thanks for tuning in.
Sensational.
Sing your heart out.
Get mad. So bad.
Be happy.
You have the right to remain silent.
Shut up.
Anything you say will be used against you. Against you. Against you. Against you.
That's the true reality.